There are only 2,000 days from the time a baby is born to the first day of kindergarten.
Smart Start's important because it builds infrastructure to make sure that young children and their families have what they need to begin life on the right track and to succeed in life.
With Smart Start or early childhood education, not only is a person able to achieve, but they're able to sustain it.
80% of a human's brain is built in the first 3 years. We do that right, then their life is different for the rest of the time that they're here.
If you really want to achieve your full possible potential, then you've got to have a Smart Start.
Childcare, when families needed it, was not very available in all of the communities, and in some cases was truly a horrific place to leave a kid. So, and then the people working in the childcare centers didn't have an education, didn't know how to do what was right for young children. So it was a dramatically different environment than it is today.
20 years ago, we had problems in this state because we were not providing the resources for families who were working that would enrich the lives of their young children.
And the opportunity was that we basically had the scientific research that enabled us to understand that we could be smarter in crafting programs and services that would provide young children with this foundation.
It's the learning of those little children in the very beginning of their lives that is so important, that will go a very long way.
And I was beginning to read stuff about brain development in little children, in infants. And the more I read about that, the more that light bulb went off. Oh, we aren't making more progress in schools K through 12 in large measure because we're starting too late. We're starting too late. Then we developed the formal approach to Smart Start and got underway.
Through Governor Hunt, North Carolina has been a pioneer at the front of recognizing that our youngest, most vulnerable children are the key to success, success of a county, a state, and a nation.
We know so much more than we ever did. And now it offers us an opportunity to speak from the science based on the facts about what's right for early education.
To me, the most successful thing about Smart Start is that we were not afraid to focus on a long-term goal. The second thing to me that's important is that the engagement of communities has been the key. These statistics tell us that Smart Start is working, that when communities focus on the children that have the greatest needs and they focus their funding and their programs toward meeting those needs, as a state, we can significantly improve our outcomes for young children.
The foundations that we do today for our children are just like building a cathedral. If you build a rich and deep and solid foundation, you're going to have a much better outcome. And so giving children today that kind of, if you will, infrastructure, and that's what Smart Start is. It's building an infrastructure that leads to a greater result in the future.
Well, Smart Start is a public-private partnership. It isn't a government bureaucracy. It isn't run from Raleigh, certainly not from Washington. It's run, it's led, it happens at the local level where we live.
You can go into any community and you, in this state, they could see an impact. They could see where in every community in this state, the Partnership for Children has touched some child's life.
And if you have early education and you help children at the beginning, then the possibilities are limitless for their future. So helping parents understand the importance and helping the community understand the importance of early education affects the change of all of our lives.
The notion that Smart Start submits to people is, look, spend say $1 today, and there's a really good chance that that $1 that you invested in the life of a child will save some multiple of that, $7, $10, $15 in the future.
The work that is being done by Smart Start throughout the entire region, the entire state, to work with all of the localities and engage them in developing programs for children that need to be served in their location. So it's clearly a place that works. It's ahead of its time. Certainly it's been the blueprint for other states to follow, and it's clearly a great place for PNC to invest dollars aimed at reaching at-risk children before they enter kindergarten.
Another thing that business leaders said to us was that their employees want to come to a state where there's a good quality child care and early education. And so we started actually a system of grading our child care so that you could know the kind of care you were getting by the star level. And that was a unique thing. We were the first in the nation to do that.
In terms of investments and looking to the future, there is no better investment than investing in the children of today to be leaders of tomorrow.
And that means that we need to have those in the public sector involved in this as they are, but we also need the private sector. And we really need them to step up to the plate and to begin to participate, because if they want a good, hard-working, competitive workforce in North Carolina, it starts with those kids in their first 2,000 days.
Everybody should care about what happens with young children. They are our future. That's not just a cliche, it's the truth. It's fact. All of us need young children to succeed, and all of us need young children to have the opportunities to grow and develop and become productive citizens.
It is the most important thing we do, and if we do it well, if we do it very well, then when children get to school, they will be healthy and ready to learn. I like to say, ready to fly.
I dream of a Smart Start network across the state that allows every parent to have the skills that they need to be able to be the very best parent, to be able to understand the brain development, that there's an investment from the community at all levels, whether it's contributions from local vendors, whether it's legislative dollars from the legislative appropriations from tax dollars, whether it's federal money or whether it's money that the community raises, that those investments move the state forward so that we as North Carolinians can be proud and hopeful about the future. And Smart Start needs to be a part of that. Smart Start's part of the way we'll get there.
Help us invest in the first 2,000 days for a lifetime of results.